Cool. All right. We are recording.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hallmark Channel podcast. We are back in the muck, as it were.
Back finally. It's been a while. Took a
Yes.
little bit of a break, but we're back. And I think we picked the perfect movie to come back with.
Yeah, we certainly did. This one was quite interesting. When I saw the title, I thought it was going to be way more of a train wreck than it actually was.
Yeah.
But then once I realized what the premise was, I was like, oh, okay, I see what this is now. And I was a little bit more along for the ride than I originally thought I would be.
Yeah. I definitely felt called out.
In what way?
I felt like it was directed at us and people like us who like to maybe poke fun at Hallmark and their Christmas movies. Yeah, I certainly felt like it was a little bit of a... At first, I thought it was going to be... I don't know what I thought it was going to be, because the Hallmark description of it, when we looked it up and we decided it, we were looking at the Hallmark Movies Now app, and their description was very singular and it didn't really give a plot.
Yep.
So it just kind of felt like, wow, is this movie going to be about these two people just complaining about Hallmark movies? And then
I thought it was that Hallmark had just given up. They had thrown in the towel. And that they were like, fuck it. A Christmas movie, Christmas. Forget it. We're just done. Let's just call a spade, and that's it.
It's the most redundant title, right? I think you pointed
sure
that
is.
out. You were like, it's the redundant one, whatever. What's the name?
Yeah. I mean, I thought when I saw the title, I thought it was going to involve like a movie director, or they were trying to make a Christmas movie, and they, somehow she casts her childhood crush and she doesn't know it, and it's going to develop into that kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cute.
And it's like his acting break, and he gets into the movie.
Oh man. And then the hot co-star.
The hot co-star comes in.
This movie writes itself.
Yeah. And then she'd have to, or she was like a big bucks studio producer and had to work on this small independent movie.
Yeah, because she fucked up and her producer or somebody was trying to make her prove herself or whatever.
Yep.
And it was just because, like, at the end, it's like, oh, it's not because I was a hard ass. It's because I believed in you all along.
That's right. That's right. But it was not that.
No,
it was not. This was an alternate this was the I don't know, what would you call it? Like this was like, what's an alternate, like the Pleasantville of Hallmark movies?
Correct. Yeah, it's got huge Pleasantville vibes. I mean, this is absolutely if Hallmark Channel met Pleasantville.
Without any of the poignant messages about racism and classism and all that stuff. Yeah.
Self-care and
Yes. Yeah.
Self-growth and all that stuff. Yeah, no, it's oh, my mind went blank. Oh, I hate it when that happens.
You got a question for me?
Nope, I do have a question for you. Somewhere, I'm sure. I didn't think of one right away, but I know I have a list.
That's okay.
Just gotta find my list. Do we want to give them, so on Hulu, so on the Hallmark Movies Now app,
yep,
they listed this movie as being, you know what, I'll do the question first because I just found it and then we'll go back to that. Okay. Let's see. Hot cocoa. My question for you is, it's actually just, what are your takes on hot cocoa? Do you love them? Do you like it?
What are my takes on hot cocoa?
Yeah, I mean, how do you prefer it? Do you like the Swiss Miss? Are you a traditionalist with, like, you have to have it like from scratch? Do you have a favorite recipe?
I don't know if I have terribly strong feelings about hot cocoa one way or the other. I remember, I have a few memories about hot chocolate. One of them is my wife and I gave them as gifts for our wedding. Like little, but then I remember someone who was honest enough to be like, this wasn't very good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess it was not very good, but yeah, we
Bless
gave him
that honest friend.
Yeah, I know. So we gave him his little like parting gifts at our wedding. And then I remember being a freshman in high school and going to Borders Books, which I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember Borders. Yeah.
And I remember going to Borders Books and getting a hot chocolate. And I remember they put, like I go every Sunday with my girlfriend at the time when I was 14 or 15. And I'd get hot chocolate with like whipped cream, and they used to put like chocolate shavings on top, and then
Yeah.
like the chocolate drizzle stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that stuff was awesome. But I don't know. I'll drink it if it's offered to me,
Yeah.
but I'm not, I guess I'm not a huge hot chocolate person. If I'm going to have a sweet, I want it to be like a cake or a cookie or something
Right.
like that.
Right. Not
Yeah,
like a hot drink.
No, or if it's like a fun hot chocolate, like if it's like I remember going to a Yukon football game and they mixed hot chocolate with Goldschlager.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that cinnamony pepperminty kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So that was good, but yeah, no, I'm not a big hot chocolate fan. Could take it or
No.
leave it. Could take it
I
or
used,
leave it.
I
What about
used to
you?
love hot chocolate. Before when I could have chocolate, I used to love hot chocolate. But now I've started doing like hot vanillas, which is I have to make it from scratch, so it's a little bit of a labor intensive thing, but it's basically just like warm milk, but you don't just make it with milk, you make it with like cream
Ooh,
and vanilla and like maybe a little cinnamon in there, maybe a little nutmeg. It's good, but
okay.
it's labor intensive and obviously it's not chocolate. So
So now, in what way is it labor intensive? Is it like because you have to get do you have to get something to a certain temperature, or is it just a lot of?
yeah, I'm like heating it on the stove and it's milk when you're heating it on the stove. So you have to like keep an
Yeah.
eye on it and everything. And it's not just like put the kettle on, put the powder in the mug and wait.
Mm.
It's like I gotta sit there and like stir, measure, all that stuff.
Mm.
So
When do you think the name changed from hot chocolate to hot cocoa? Like, why do you think there's two different names for it?
probably to distinguish between a cocoa powder and
Oh,
a chocolate solid. I'm
maybe.
pulling that out of my ass. I have no idea if that's
'Cause
true or not.
I know there's like a Mexican hot chocolate, which is like it's bitter. It's not like it's not.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and it's like thicker, I think.
yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
hot chocolate originated in South America.
yeah. Well, I'd imagine. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
because
saying
that's where
yeah. Like
chocolate's
I
from.
know what you're saying.
Yeah, no, chocolate's from South America, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, South America is like the Aztecs and stuff like that, right? I mean, it's the
Sure.
natives using the cocoa plant and making this hot cocoa drink, and um it was very like culturally important and part of some religious ceremonies and stuff.
Yeah.
And if I'm remembering my history correctly.
Well, yeah. Now it's in just little like single serve packages
Right, yeah, yeah,
in
mass
loud
market it
locations.
and
Yeah.
like have some hot cocoa. Yeah. I want to try maybe on a day when I'll just bite the bullet and have some chocolate. Every once in a while, it'll be like every 2 years or so, I like have some chocolate.
Mhm.
And I get like the worst migraine and it's not always worth it, but every once in a while I'll still do it. But I want to try hot chocolate with like the chili powder in it.
Ooh, yes, I've had that before.
Spicy. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh man.
It's
All
good.
right. Maybe I'll try that.
It's not overpowering. You just get like a little kick. Starbucks had it for a while.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Oh, I just remembered the best hot chocolate I've ever had was in Ireland.
Ooh.
There was this chocolate company and excuse me, we would go there like every morning for like coffee, but then we noticed that they were doing like hot chocolate and it was like it's a chocolate shop. So we're like, yeah, we're gonna have hot chocolate like every morning now. And with every like purchase, they gave you like a piece of chocolate,
Oh.
like free, like a little free piece of chocolate. So yeah, and that was probably the best chocolate I have had. It was so good.
Oh,
Butler's chocolate in Ireland.
Butler's chocolate.
Yep.
Nice.
Really good. Highly
Yeah.
recommend.
If I ever get over to Ireland.
Yeah, if I ever go back to Ireland, that's first place. Like find this chocolate shop. and then have a migraine for a day.
There you go. Good
Be
plan.
worth it.
All right. So let's talk about this week's movie, which is, I was at first I was Googling this as a Christmas time Christmas, and I couldn't find anything. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, it's a Christmas movie Christmas.
A Christmas time Christmas does sound like a plausible title, though.
Yeah. So this Christmas movie Christmas was in 2019. It's directed by Brian Herzlinger, and it's written actually by Brant Doherty. Not that, I don't know, maybe you recognize that name, but that's also the main star who plays the candy shop owner.
Yeah, I recognize the name just because I recognize from him being the star.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So he wrote it.
Yeah, he plays Paul in the movie, and he was also in 50 Shades Freed, one of the 50 Shades sequels.
Okay.
And he was in a movie called, or a TV show, I think, right? Dear White People and Pretty Little Liars. So he's been in some, some big stuff.
Yeah.
So he wrote it, and then also him and his wife wrote it.
Oh.
Him and Kimberly Doherty.
Well, that's adorable.
Oh no, wait a minute. She's in it too.
One?
She plays Lacey.
Oh no! Are they really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's who he ends up with at the end, right?
Yes, it is. And
son of a bitch.
They do not seem like they're a real life couple.
No, they do not.
Oh no. They really didn't seem like they had any chemistry.
No. But maybe it's one of those weird things like
you're in a character, right?
Yeah, and also like you're trying to act differently than your married personas, so maybe it comes off as not having any chemistry. But yeah. So anyhow, the character Paul and Lacey, they're in real life, they are the writers. And then it also stars Lana McKissick as Eve, Kimberly Doherty as Lacey, and then Ryan Merriman as Dustin. And we can't forget about good old Randy Wayne, who plays Russell Clark, and Chad Matthew Monroe.
Chad Matthew Monroe.
Now, is that the character name in the movie she's watching, or that's the actor name?
That's the actor name.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the description on Hallmark Movies Now app that led us to pick this movie was that one sister likes Christmas movies and the other sister doesn't. And that was it. That was the whole description on the Hallmark Movies Now app. Yeah. That was the description of their movie.
That's all you need.
Which you pointed out. What did you say about that?
What? The
character traits are not movie plots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's not a movie plot. But I guarantee you there's going to be someone flipping through that app and read that sentence and go, ooh, that looks good. Ooh.
Exactly. Ooh.
One likes Christmas movies and the other doesn't.
The strife. The moral dilemmas.
This movie's going to be crazy.
My God, that's like my sister and me. We have to watch this movie.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of that. A lot of shoulder slapping and just like, it's like us.
Totally. I throw shade, but like honestly, it's adorable. And they were right, because the Hallmark movie, the Hulu app, which is how we both watched this and streamed it, because even though Hallmark Movies Now had it before, I guess they don't. So we saw this on Hulu, and their description of the movie was a little bit better.
Yeah.
It's about two sisters who end up getting stuck in a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Which, hell yeah, sign me up for.
Yeah, it's but they work for. Do they both work for this sort of Grinchy character, Mr. Peterson? Is that their real world life?
No, I think this older sister was just coming to see her. Lacey,
right. Okay.
Yeah, I think she was just coming to see her sister at work, which,
right.
Okay, I guess is a thing.
Yep. She's coming to see her sister at work, and so Eve works for that Grinchy Mr. Peterson, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, who just kind of like shows up at the desk, and then like he's like, "Do you have those orders for me?" Like just typical bad guy boss.
Yeah.
And they're on their way home, and they make a wish to a street Santa. right? Basically, they stop and see a street Santa.
They're
Where are they
it was
headed? What are they
after
doing?
they were at home though. So they
Yeah.
have no electricity or they have
Right,
no
right.
heat and then they blow a fuse. So then they have to like reset the power and they're like, let's go for hot cocoa.
Oh,
And
right.
then
Okay.
yeah, they
Yeah.
meet Street Santa. Just like random Street Santa.
Yep.
Just
There gotta be
random.
like stuff
Just a
set up
Street
around
Santa.
him, right? Was he at a set, or was he just standing at a corner, like in New York City? Like,
He
or
was
was
just
there
on a
like a little?
street. So
Yeah.
it's
So there wasn't like decorations
I
around him. It wasn't a.
no, there was like a little like Salvation Army type style
Oh,
donation
right.
bucket
Okay. Oh,
with
donation
like
bucket. Right.
some lights or something. So you get the impression that like they're walking down a street and this is like midway down the street and he's in front of a store. It's kind of the impression you get,
Yeah.
but just random. Like there's nothing else, there's nobody else, which they keep saying they're in a big city, but they're walking down the street and there's literally no one around.
No, I know.
So
I know.
was this shot during the pandemic?
Well, it came out in
No, 2000.
2019, so no.
So no.
So no, they probably filmed it at like 3 a.m, and when nobody was literally around,
Mm-hmm.
they could, get it done.
Yeah, I had to leave that.
But they both make wishes,
Yep.
and they go back home, and they Eve falls asleep on the couch, and then Lacey goes to sleep, and they wake up in matching Christmas pajamas in a bed together.
Yep.
And they're in the Christmas movie, and we find out that Santa teleported them to the Christmas movie. And we don't, I mean, so Santa kind of says like this, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but Santa kind of says like you can't leave until your wish is fulfilled, or you can't leave until you see your wish through. So I can't
Yeah.
really get if this is a reward or a punishment.
Yeah, it's very odd, right? So supernatural stuff is always like that, right? It's like, is this a good thing or are you messing with me right now?
Yeah.
And this kind of played on the trickster aspect of Santa, right? He
Mhm.
wasn't just kind and benevolent. He was a little bit like, no, you're gonna suffer for a bit, which is weird. And now that I say out loud, kind of refreshing
Yeah.
for a Santa, right? That can't be bad.
But I mean, all things considered, in this world that they're teleported to, in this movie world, there isn't a whole lot of suffering. I think there's one mean person in the entire, two mean people. Mr. Peterson somehow gets teleported there too, because we see him hobbling around, and he bumps into one of the girls and goes, "Get out of my way!" And I was like, "Wait a minute,
Right.
what is going on here? How did he
It's
get teleported to their world?"
it's very weird because is this an alternate world, right?
Right?
Or is this a real place somewhere?
Yeah.
Because that come I have major questions about that for later on. But yeah, is Mr. Peterson actually there? Or is he just a vision? Is he just a character? Is he just made up along with everybody else?
Which it wouldn't really seem consistent with everything, because there's no other people. Well, I guess we've never really met any people from the other world except the two of them and their boss.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't really be consistent with the rules unless Mr. Peterson made a wish, unbeknownst.
I would have loved that if Mr. Peterson made a wish. Like if when we see Lacey and Eve walking up to the Santa, we see Mr. Peterson walking away. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Like he made a wish too. And yeah, that would have been nice.
A cool reveal at the end.
Yeah.
When they talk to him at the office at the end, no spoilers, but yeah, that would have been a cool little twist at the end. But
no spoilers. This whole
it's terrifying to think that these two girls made a wish and then sucked everyone in, sucked poor Mr. Peterson into their
yeah, that would have been awful,
into their parallel universe, which they can't escape from until their wish is fulfilled.
Yeah.
You
know what I love about it though, and I found again refreshing, was that there were actual real problems in this movie, not in the Hallmark movie world, like not in that fantasy place that they get zapped to, but in before. They have money problems. They have an apartment that they say they can't afford. They can't afford to fix the heat. they're having problems with jobs and relationships and everything. Like they're having real world problems,
Yeah.
right? I found that really refreshing. And then when they're in this movie world, this fantasy world,
Yeah.
Lacey, who doesn't like Christmas movies and doesn't want to be here,
Right.
she makes really good points about, I don't have vacation time. I don't have sick time. My boss is going to
Yeah.
fire me.
Yeah. If I don't
Like,
right. Yeah. Because she cuts in line at the Santa thing, and she's like, "You
yeah.
gotta get me back. I didn't want
Yep.
to be here." Yeah.
Yep. To which Eve points out, when we went to sleep last night, it was Christmas Eve. And then if you look over here, the sign says it's still a week away from Christmas. So not only are they teleported
In
into a fantasy world, they're teleported back in time.
back in time, but is time just relevant? Like, is it irrelevant because they're in this alternate? So, like, are the timelines of this movie world and the timelines of real life? Is that the same timeline?
You
Like,
wonder.
yeah.
Does Holiday Falls, the place that they get zapped to, does Holiday Falls have Easter? Does Holiday Falls have Thanksgiving? Does Holiday Falls have a summer?
Oh yeah,
How
good
is,
question.
your Holiday Falls? How
Well,
is that the name of a town?
well, there's the horror movie sequel. Like, what happens when this town turns to summer when it's not Christmas anymore? Maybe like
That's when the
Holiday
culling
Falls,
comes.
Christmas time is just the most peaceful time, but then like,
And that's why everyone's so happy, because they know no one's gonna die.
yeah,
It's the
and then
harvest. Oh no, comes the harvest.
December 26th, it's all over.
Right. It
They
becomes
gotta
the
get out of it.
purge.
Yeah. People being hung by scarves and garland and
Actually, you know what? What if the purge happens before Christmas? Because like people do purge out their closets and things. Oh
ooh,
no, they do it after Christmas too, though, right? Like you get
yeah,
all the new stuff and then you get rid of all your old
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Bye bye, grandma. Graham Graham.
Graham Graham.
Graham Graham.
Graham Graham was intense.
Oh my God.
And I mean purposefully so, right? She's supposed to be a caricature of
Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
think everyone here is supposed to be a stereotype of a Hallmark movie character, which
right.
again, kudos to Hallmark
Yeah.
for leaning into it and like being, acknowledging the joke.
Yeah, yes. Yes, that's true. Yeah, which is why it was a fairly fun movie to watch. Like it was
Yeah.
the other ones you get frustrated because you're like, how could you have not thought of X, Y, and Z plot issues? But in this one, they're aware of it, so it's tough to really poke too many holes because they can always fall back on the conceit of they're in this alternate, mocky parody movie
Yeah.
world. So we have a whole bunch of different love interests that I had to rewind a couple times to keep track of who was who and who was dating who. But we find that Eve is in a relationship with that Chad. What's his full name? The actor's name, Chad such and such. He had three names, but his name in the movie world is Russell Clark.
Yeah.
Chad Matthew Monroe.
Matthew Monroe. And like he's like the dreamy movie actor who's in all of the Hallmark movies that they've seen. He's
Yeah.
like the guy. I don't find him particularly attractive.
I was like, this is I mean, no offense. No
No,
offense.
no offense to him. He's just not my cup of tea.
When you watch Hallmark movies, it's usually like these broad-shouldered, crew-cutted fireman-y, like 6'2", like he looked like a physics professor.
Or what you suggested.
Well, like Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, he looked like a slender Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, like maybe a little bit of a baby face.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan, yeah.
Yeah, but he definitely so he's a musician, right? He's like a world famous musician just hanging out in this small town.
Yeah.
And
who comes from breeding. Like he has like this hoity-toity attitude of like, I'm from the upper class, which is like no one has a class system anymore in America, dude. Like chill. I mean, I know we do, but like in not like
well, they certainly
like
don't
an
have
English class system.
Yeah.
It's not like you're talking about how you're from a family of lords or whatever.
Sure.
Like, get off your fucking high horse. You just come from money.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. But he
Yeah.
has a swooning effect on everyone that meets him. Like he goes,
Which is so
"Hello,
weird.
I'm Russell Clark," and everyone's like, like
Literally, they said swoon at one point. Oh no, that was for the other guy.
who
Oh, that was for
not
the other
Dustin.
Dustin. Yeah.
No.
Eve swooned for Dustin. Like, she literally said the word swoon.
Oh my goodness. Because
I was cracking up at this freaking movie though. Like, honestly.
so Dustin is an event planner, right?
He owns the inn.
He owns the inn, and he's
So
planning the event though with Eve, right? The
right,
winter one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess he's used to that with the inn.
Yes. And they're trying to the grandmother says something very stereotypical, like we have to save our festival, or we have to save our what do they have to save? They gotta save something.
The Christmas festival
The Christmas
is
festival.
nobody's gonna organize the Christmas festival, and I need you to save it.
Which is bizarre in a town that is so fascinated with Christmas. Like they are decorated to the gills. Like kids are just out having snowball fights. There's carolers. But no one's organizing a Christmas festival.
It sounds almost as well as if you don't need to organize it, right? Like a
No.
small town who this is just what we do every year. I
Yeah.
don't think you need an organizer. I think it's just the shops on Main Street put out their stuff, and their vendors from last year come back
Yep.
and set up exactly where they set up last year.
Yep.
I mean, I don't see how is this a problem?
Yeah.
Is it just a matter of telling people, oh yeah, we're still doing it? Like,
yeah, well, not to fear, because Eve is going to jump in and plan this thing with Dustin.
yeah.
And Eve says that they both say at the same time, they're like, it would go really good in the center of this square here. And they both go, hot chocolate machine. And then they kind of look at each other like, oh shit. Okay.
Oh my God, we're meant for each other because we both said hot cocoa at the same time. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Like hot cocoa is not an uncommon thing to think of when you think of a Christmas party or a Christmas festival.
Right. Yeah.
And then she goes, but this needs a catchy title. And then they both go, Winter Wonderland.
Right. Like that's our theme. Okay.
You know what I thought was funny though? It did get a genuine laugh out of me when she goes, have you been taking a peek into my binder? And she holds up the binder with like her picture on it like this.
Yeah.
12-step plan for and he goes, have you been looking at my binder? And it's just like this. It's a Dustin's 10-step plan for. I thought that was really funny.
That was hilarious. What got me roaring with laughter is that the second that they wake up, just jumping back in the story a little bit.
Yeah, we can
the
jump around.
The second they wake up, Lacey and Eve in bed, they scream.
Oh yeah.
And then they look at each other, and Lacey's like, "Did you go to bed with your hair and makeup done?"
Yeah.
You? And they look in the mirror like, "Why do we have our hair and makeup done?"
Yeah, and they're both impressed with, or Lacey seems a little bit more impressed with how she looks.
Yeah, they're like fascinated with it, which I love, because oh my God, you do not know how many times I've seen a character go to bed in a Hallmark channel and it's like, why do you still have your false lashes on?
Yeah, I know.
Why do you have your makeup on? You're gonna break out.
Or I mean, it's not just Hallmark movies. If you see movies,
oh yeah, any movie.
Yeah, where like a woman has to give birth, and she's got like eyeshadow and lipstick and all, and you're just like, nope.
Nope. No.
You don't look
curled hair and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like, really?
You don't look all gussied up when you're about to have a kid. But anyhow, so Eve is starting to get the hots for Dustin, and at the same time, Lacey wanders into a store to I can't remember her purpose for going in there. She just wants to go take a walk or something.
Yeah, she's tired of seeing Eve and Dustin flirt with each other. She's like, so you don't need my help, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna walk around then. Okay.
Yep. And I think at some point, either before or after this, they had decided that calories don't count in this world.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre, because that implies also that there are no bathrooms in this world, right? Because if calories don't count, their bodies aren't processing food. Which means
I think it was just the joke of like,
okay,
we're just gonna eat whatever junk garbage we want to eat.
I see. I thought this
No,
was
we're
a
not.
rule of the world. Like they could not, like they can't age, they can't get sick, they can't, you know, they can't gain weight, so they can just eat whatever they want. I thought that was like part of the one of the perks.
But I don't think it means that there's no bathrooms. I,
I mean, I'm sure they hadn't thought that far into it, but
yeah, no, I think it was probably just that they just want to eat the cookies and not feel bad about it, which is a pretty good thing. I mean, the last thing you want to do really is have to worry about your weight or your diet on top of an extremely stressful situation, right? I mean,
like
they
being
woke up
trapped.
in an entirely new town. They have no idea how to get back, you
So,
know.
let me ask you, if you woke up like legit trapped in a Hallmark movie and you realize, because they realize pretty quick, we're trapped in a movie.
Yeah.
How do you think you would handle it as gracefully as them? I think I'd have a panic attack because I wouldn't know the rules on how to get out. I wouldn't know, like, I'd be like, oh my God, I don't obviously don't have cell service. I can't call anybody, right? I'm in another dimension. Like, am I going to see my family again? I would be panicking.
I
They're all
mean,
like, let's make the best of this. Like, they are just,
you make a good point. But then again, you have a family, right? Like they
yeah.
don't really. They just have each other.
No parents? Did we get
I
mentioned of
don't
parents?
know. I didn't mark it down because I didn't
I,
actually hear them say. But they don't have like children or a
yeah.
spouse or anything. So if I'm gonna go with right now, if I were to be stuck in a Hallmark movie, yeah, I'd probably have a bit of a panic. But then I think the smartest thing to do would be, like, I've seen enough movies. The smartest thing to do is to kind of go along. The quantum leap effect, right?
Mm.
Like just make sure everything happens in a good way, and maybe I'll leap home.
Oh.
But if it was me when I was single, oh boy, I would be having probably a great time.
Yeah, but not in Hallmarkville. They don't do that. They don't mess around in Hallmarkville. You're gonna get a peck. You're gonna get maybe a tender kiss in the snow.
Oh
And
no.
that's about it. And then, as you know, if you try for more, they're gonna be like, whoa, 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 whoa! It's Christmas time. Please,
Oh
please, please.
no.
Yeah, they're gonna be very.
You just okay, so I would end up like super depressed. I just got like very sad right now. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Oh
they
my
flirt in
god.
Hallmark movies and they hold hands and they kiss, and then that's
And
pretty much
that's
it.
it.
That's pretty much it.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah,
Ugh. Okay, no. I
yeah,
wouldn't have fun.
yeah. It'd be well. See, I wonder at what day you'd wake up and you'd be like, "Holy shit, again? I'm here again." Like, at what day would you
Right.
start to panic? Like, I think it would be day like 4, where I'd be like, all right, I don't know how to get out of here now. And then
Right.
you'd be like, "Am I going to be here forever? What's that going to look like?" You know?
Oh man. I mean, I think it matters entirely on how you got there. Like if you knew you made a wish
Mm,
with a Santa on a
that's
street,
true.
you'd probably go looking for that Santa, or being like, "Oh crap, I made that wish. All right, well, I guess I got to resolve that before I go home."
Also begs another question: how many people has Santa put into movies? Like, is Santa a god that can create these movie verses and just stick people into them?
This is what I'm saying, like he's got a trickster god element to him, right?
Yeah.
Like not really to be trusted. I mean, he took
Mm,
them at their words at what their wish was and
yep.
set them up in a way that they could accomplish that.
Yes.
And set them up in a way that was a relatively benign environment
Sure.
and kept them together. Like they didn't get stuck in separate universes,
Yes.
the sisters were together
Yeah.
and set it up nicely. So that's nice. However, he did still like kidnap them.
Yeah.
Kidnapped by Santa Claus.
Kidnapped by Santa.
That sounds like an 80s kids movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Like, the 80s where it was like slightly dark material that was like, this is a family movie. And you're like, they literally got kidnapped by Santa. It says it in the title. How is this a family movie?
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
um. So, Lacey meets Paul.
Lacey meets Paul.
And Paul owns a cookie slash
Bakery.
bakery. Yeah, he owns a bakery. And boy, does he love his cookies.
Yeah.
To the point of giving them all pep talks before his store opens.
And apologizing to them when he messes up their frosting.
Yeah, he's not well. Paul is not well.
He's not
Yeah.
okay.
And he he looks a little like is Matt Bomer. Do you know who that actor is?
No.
Now, if you look up a picture of Matt Bomer, they look very similar, the two of them.
I'll look up a picture now.
So she meets Paul, and Paul becomes instantly infatuated with her to the point of concern. And
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. He does look like Matt Bomer. Okay.
Yeah. And so he starts like sending her cards and asking her to like hang out with him, and she's kind of giving him the cold shoulder. And he just kind of, takes no for an answer and backs off. Oh, wait, he doesn't. He breaks into her home. He breaks into her home, watches her sleep, draws her sleep, and then leaves that drawing on her windowsill in the form of a card, and then leaves another card in a bush, and then leaves another card at her front door.
And another, and another, and another.
He is a troubled man.
When does he have the time to do this? Why is he obsessing so quickly and so hard?
I don't know.
And every time she's like, oh, I think your daughter wants a peek.
Oh.
It's like every I totally blanked.
Close the door, please. Close the door, please. Thank you.
I totally blanked.
I don't know.
He's very disturbing. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. He doesn't listen to her.
No.
She's like, no, I don't know. Stop. Leave me alone. Goodbye. Nope. And he's like, just doesn't even acknowledge that she said anything. He's like, we've got a date, blah, blah, blah. Bye. No, I didn't agree to that.
Yeah.
Which is troublesome.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's another romantic movie that, that teaches girls, you're not going to find love unless a guy whittles down your defenses to the point where you just have to fall in love with him.
Yeah.
No other option.
This creepy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I did enjoy their meet cute though, because like I wasn't really meet cute, but she goes to the bakery, and then of course, because every holiday Hallmark movie has to have the girl who's klutzy.
Yeah.
He startles her because
yes,
of course he does. She is startled, so she like knocks over a display. That startles her more. She turns around, she slips on something. He catches her into a perfect dip.
Yes.
And that's how they meet. Are you kidding me?
That was great. And her line was pretty good too. The like, nope, moment's over. Let me up now.
Yeah, because there was definitely a moment, and then she's like, no, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. So the two of them are trying to work their relationship out. And then in the meantime, we have Eve and Dustin are springing this relationship. And she's also got her relationship with Russell.
Yep.
And Russell has agreed to play for this festival, right? This downtown street festival, because it would be good PR. And he could let the commoners know that he uses super language to describe them. He's like, oh, yes, my commoners.
Oh, yes. I don't normally like, small towns.
Yeah.
But it's good PR. All right.
And I'm like, get over. I'm like, when you finally hear his song, you're like, this is this big megastar.
Oh, my God. It's awful.
The song stunk. What was it called? Like, hey, yo, here comes the snow. Hey, yo. It was garbage. And he somehow had the accompaniment of a full band.
Acoustic guitar. He starts playing and it's full band. Like, and
also
backup music.
Yeah, full backup music and other vocals.
And then,
in movies, for some reason, no matter how far away they are from a mic, it picks up the same type of sound.
Level is the sound, or the level is the same. Correct. Yep. Because it's clearly been dubbed over. Right. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah. No.
So I will say though that she really did poor Russell dirty when she broke up with him eventually. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like she tries to work up the courage to tell him,
Yeah.
and then she doesn't. And
Right.
she's like, well, have you ever really wanted to do a thing? And then when it came time to do it, you realized it was going to be super hard. And he's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. And then later, when they're getting into the final stages of planning this whole event,
Yep.
Dustin holds her hand
Yep.
and Russell just looks over and does a double take like one of those. And then this Noelle chick who we haven't mentioned, who we probably should, is just like, oh yeah, Eve, are you going to introduce us to your boyfriend Dustin? And poor Russell goes, your boyfriend? And she's like, yeah, I was gonna tell you. Which
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. Does this count as infidelity in a Hallmark movie? Because usually they don't broach that topic at all.
They don't. I feel like this was the closest that they came to it.
Closest that they came to infidelity. Well, no. I was just gonna say meet me in the middle. That's not it. The Very Merry Mix-Up. There's right because she
Yeah,
had a
but she
fiance.
wasn't like leading him on.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
I mean, she was letting Dustin believe that they were like starting a whole ass relationship.
Yeah.
And like, I think he probably thought they were actually going on dates. And she's just like, no, I'm just going to go hang out with this really attractive guy who's single, who's totally into me. And we're going to do romantic things together. But it's not dating.
Yeah.
Like, how are you justifying that to yourself? And yeah, she definitely did. Like, she knew she had to break up with Russell, right? Because she's like, clearly this is plot lines. I have to
Yeah.
break up with Russell. She tried to do it, and he's all like pouring his heart and soul out to her. So she's like, okay, well, I can't break up with him. But then you don't like, oh my God, she didn't tell anybody anything. Like, she
No.
wasn't honest with nobody.
I didn't quite get the like what were they trying to teach us here when she breaks. So this dream guy is Chad Michael Monroe, Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
She finds him in
Yep.
this alternate universe, realizes they're together, but then she does not want him. She wants another guy in the alternate universe, Dustin.
Yeah.
I didn't get like why
I
make
think
her, because even if the message was, well, you got to go at, you can't always go after the illusion. You have to go after somebody who's really good for you. And he's still a character in a movie.
I think it was I think it was more for Eve personally. I think it was her coming to the realization that she was waiting for like the perfect movie plot person to be in her life, and that she was waiting for that for so long that it stopped her from actually looking for anything else.
Yes.
And when you obsess over your ideal dream person, it stops you from dating anybody. And it stops you from having any sort of real attachment to anybody. I mean, even if it's just I flirted with this guy at the bank, but and it didn't lead anywhere, but at least you're not only obsessed with your weird ideal of somebody.
Yeah.
When you meet them, that's not who they are in real life, or in this instance, I'm going to give you exactly what you asked for, but that's not what you want. That's what you're asking for, but that's not what you want.
All right, I can buy into that. That makes more sense. Yeah.
But again, in pure Hallmark fashion, they have that vague moral thing that they want to address, but they're just gonna briefly kind of give it to you a little bit.
Yeah.
They give you like the whiff of it. They don't give you like the full meal of here's this moral, here's what this means. They don't give that to you. They just kind of give you a little bit of a sprinkling of it.
Yeah, I mean, I felt Lacey's arc was way more, and that was nice actually.
That was interesting.
A
Yeah.
movie with a character arc, a Hallmark movie with a character arc, where it wasn't just like no conflict. Oh, I guess I should tell him how I feel, and then it's resolved.
Yeah.
She was, even though it's cliche, she was a workaholic who only wanted to focus on her career, and she couldn't keep a relationship going. And so that was why she wanted to push Paul to the side, which I would argue is actually, she should have followed her gut on that one. But I guess
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Paul's troublesome.
I mean,
And
she's
there's
going to be
issues.
missing in a few weeks after this. When
I
they
think the whole
return back.
family might be in danger.
Yeah,
In-
yeah. I wrote down one of his lines.
Be tied up in gingerbread outfits.
Yes. Oh yeah. He's definitely into some weird dress up stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the full costume probably.
Probably, yeah.
You know, and she's like, "Uh-oh, I made
Yep.
it." You ever watch Arrested Development?
No.
One of the big lines in that one of the characters keeps saying is, "Oh, I've made a terrible mistake."
Yeah.
But eventually when they get together, when Lacey and Paul get together, Paul says, and correct me if I have this line wrong, "You're not like other girls. You don't melt easily." What?
Yeah. Yep. He did say that. Yep. Because he was saying how she was like basically hard and like strong and under pressure she doesn't like an icicle, right? Like when she's put in the kitchen she doesn't melt, you know, like that kind of a metaphor or idiom or whatever.
Not like my other girlfriends. I just threw them in a bathtub with lye and they went away quite
and they
easy.
Melted like chocolate.
They're gonna be stubborn, I can tell.
Yeah. Oh, you got some bite to you. Okay. You're not going to melt easily. Yeah, it's going to be a year-long project to get you.
Like what?
Nothing. I beat you a card. Why is the gingerbread man in a vat of acid?
It's a metaphor. Well, who does the little girl belong to? Is that his daughter?
No, she has a mom there.
Oh, okay.
Who like you see 2 seconds of twice, and like that's it. Yeah.
And she kind of pops up. She keeps what's his face?
Russell.
She keeps Russell from leaving to the airport, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like does one of these.
Like, yeah.
Leave. And he's like, "You're very cute, but get out of the way."
You don't want to make a little girl cry.
Yeah. And that works.
And that totally works.
Well, because he's he doesn't want his image to be ruined, right? As this big mega musician.
I think it was a way to show that he actually did have heart.
Yeah.
And he wasn't just a cold-hearted asshole.
That's right.
Because he was leaving because he had a broken heart. And he was only going to do the concert for her anyway.
Rightfully so. I mean,
yeah.
I have been dumped before, but I have never been dumped by my girlfriend showing up holding the hand of her new boyfriend.
Oh my God, right? Holy shit.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to think if I've ever pulled that move. I was a bad dumper. I was a little bit like Lacey. Like I would ruin.
I don't think anyone's a good.
You know what though? Like Lacey was great because she actually admitted to what she was doing, which I was like you said, she's got great character. She's got a whole arc, but she actually like was self-aware enough to tell him and to acknowledge it in herself that I'm scared of messing up a relationship, so I mess it up on purpose.
Yeah.
Which is so human. It's what so many people do. I would wager that like what quarter of the population does that. Like we all do that. Like we're so scared of something going wrong that we purposefully ruin it.
Oh yeah, self-sabotage, sure.
Absolutely. Because at least that I can control.
Yes. Well, that's it. It's a control thing, right? Like if it ends on your terms, then at least it takes out the unpredictability of it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I had a question about the end, and let me know if you caught this. I thought it was weird placement. At the end, when they are all at this big concert, and Eve makes some sort of comment like, "See, in Holiday Falls, there's somebody for everybody." I think she said something along those lines. Yeah. And immediately after that line, the little girl goes up and holds Mr. Peterson's hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? Like, was he sad because he didn't have a child? Was this established at some point?"
It was so bizarre. It was a very weird transition. And I thought for sure that it was because he was secretly lonely the whole time, which is such a Grinch thing to do, right? Like you're upset around the holidays because you don't have anybody. And so this little girl is like, I don't know. It's just creepy to me. Like, why did you have to make it a little girl going up to an old man?
Yeah.
It's so creepy to me because, again, it's like, it's okay for little girls to be friends with older gentlemen. No.
Yeah.
There.
There's all
Ah,
bizarre boundaries in these Hallmark movies with little kids and adults. Like just the way that the kids talk, the way that I don't know.
yeah.
It's always just
Yeah.
weird. It's
Like
not no
London
trouble
shows
in
up
keeping
on
weird.
her own all the time, and she's way too young to be unsupervised in a town. I don't
Yeah.
even care if it's a small town; she's still way too young to be unsupervised.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I don't. Oh,
So let's get to the bizarreness. Not that there's not a lot of bizarreness in this movie,
okay,
but when they wake up on their final day
yeah,
and they are back in Earth, I guess,
yeah,
and we think everything is, they wake up on the couch exactly, and they both say, "Oh, I had the most bizarre dream."
yeah,
And they both realize they had the same dream. And
yep.
then from behind the counter comes Paul,
Mm-hmm.
and he has traveled with them
Yep.
to our dimension. He's crossed over.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I am so confused. And I texted you so many questions like, do they have social security numbers? Do they have a job? Do they have a bank account? Do they have any savings?
Yes.
Where do they live? There are so many questions.
And like, yeah, so how is he going to function in society? So if he is indeed a movie character, are people going to recognize him?
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, and is he going to be aware of this? Is he going to be like, "Yep, that's me," from, or is he going to be like, what do you mean you know me from a movie? And is that trigger realizing that there are these, so he must know there's alternate dimensions. He must know.
Right. Yeah. So, like, is this really a movie or was this just a
Alternate world.
alternate universe in which, because they don't like acknowledge any cameras or camera crew, you know what I mean? Like, so how are they,
Yeah.
they're in a movie just because they know that they're in this town
That's in a movie.
that's, yeah,
But the people in the town are not aware that it's a movie.
nobody is because there's no cameras.
No cameras. But so Paul is in this world now, and he is going to be a part of their lives. And
Yeah.
yeah. And that is a
The
very
first, like, the first thing he says to Lacey is like, "You told me not to watch you when you sleep anymore, so I was just making waffles."
yeah.
Well, good listening, I guess.
I
The fuck are you doing in my apartment?
I can imagine the actress who plays Lacey, the first take when they did this. You know how her line is when she wakes up? She goes, "What's that smell? Is that cinnamon waffles?" I can imagine the first take of that must have been terror. And they were like, no, not, we don't want to do it that way.
No, don't be scared. You're happy he's here.
Is that cinnamon waffles? Shit. And they're like, no. It's a good thing that he's here. And she's like, "Oh, I thought for certain that he was going to be."
Oh, isn't this a horror movie?
He's followed me here to kill me. No. Oh no, she
Yeah,
wrote
this
it.
could easily be a horror movie.
All of these could, right?
All
But
that's one of the
this one,
things.
certainly this one, being trapped
Definitely.
in an alternate movie universe until you can free yourself, only to find that the characters have followed you over.
I followed you there.
And now you don't know what to do because they have to function in society, but they're not even real people.
Yeah.
Craziness. And then we get this one last scene where we get some closure with Mr. Peterson, where she goes like very easily. Did I tell you about this thing called pitch meeting?
Yeah.
It's a skit on YouTube, and one of the big catchphrases from it is basically this guy, he mocks the selling of a movie like Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever, and he points out flaws. And at one point, someone in the meeting goes, "So is this going to be really hard for the character to do?" And he responds with, "No, super easy, barely an inconvenience." And I feel like that's really the way that she gets this promotion at the end.
Yeah.
When he's like, "No, I don't want to hear any of your ideas." And she's like, "Well, I think I could be a real asset. And I know you just want to see something beautiful and I can give it to you." And he goes, "Meet with me Monday morning." And I'm like, that's it.
I literally thought he was, because my reaction was to fire me. Like,
and I guess I guess after watching all these movies, I guess I should not have been surprised that that's how easy it would be to get a promotion, to just say like, I can do a good job. And they're like, sounds
I like your
promising.
attitude.
That's enough. That's all I need. No
Right.
resume.
Well, at least with this, she handed him the binder with her ideas. So at least there's that.
Yeah.
However, it's 2019 when this was made. No one uses binders anymore,
Binders?
sweetheart. You should have just sent him your PowerPoint.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
share it with you. Yeah.
who prints out binders anymore? Unless
Yeah.
you're like a, well, she is a designer.
Yeah. What if it's just all like just all scribbles and just like a square with a line rectangle that says like hot chocolate stand and like snowflake with winter wonderland?
It's the one from the wrong universe.
Like what is this?
Oh no. Then she gets committed.
All right,
Good
so let's
Lord.
score this, and then we are going to try to make our own movie plot.
Yeah, I'm just going to point out a couple of other things
Sure.
that I thought were kind of interesting. The fake snow everywhere.
Yeah.
was just obviously stuffed. It was the batting. It was that that polyester filling stuff that you put in pillows and things.
Yes.
It was just that on like everything. And Lacey and Eve were like touching it and like, aw, like acknowledging that it's like this fake snow. Not even trying to hide it.
Maybe that's part of the gag, right? Because they're in a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't? So that means it's not cold, right? Or at least, well, I guess it could still be cold. But so everyone else would have to acknowledge. So do people in this world think snow is cotton?
Oh my God. You know, and then the children were throwing snowballs, but it were clearly like cotton balls.
Yeah.
Like giant cotton balls.
Oh my God. They're going to freak out when it actually snows.
Don't know. That would be insane, right? It does snow at one point, but it doesn't like stick.
It's CGI. It's the time when they're going in that horse-drawn carriage through what seemed to be the longest tunnel ever. Because they had like a 3-minute conversation and they were still in the middle of this goddamn tunnel.
That was weird. Well, it was a really slow horse and carriage, I guess.
Oh, did you write down the name of Noelle's last name, by the way? Did you write down her last name?
No, I didn't.
Noelle Vanderkloot.
Oh my God.
She's like of the French Vanderkloots or something like that.
Oh my God, that is terrible. Oh, yeah, so I am gonna do this. Oh, and then that one too. I'm like crossing off all these things that we already talked about. So one of the things is I actually did think that there was a good moral kind of hidden in this movie, where Lacey asks for help looking for Santa and to Paul.
Yep.
And he's just like, yeah, okay, I'll help you. Let's go. And she's like, well, that was easier than I thought it would be, which is a good moral that, hey, asking for help is always a lot easier than you think it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's like this big mountain to climb, like just ask for help, you will get it. Like someone will like talk to you or like help you or whatever. Like I thought that was really actually kind of sweet that they put that in there.
Yeah.
Another thing, do people in Hallmark movies not know that hugging exists?
What do you mean?
Like there was a scene and it seemed like they didn't want to, like it was too early to like kiss somebody, but they just awkwardly like walk away. And it's like, hugging exists. People hug. I've hugged people after dates and like we haven't kissed yet, but I've hugged them, or I've hugged people that I'm really close to, and you know, maybe there's something there, but maybe there's not. But like the first step to getting closer to a kiss is generally going to be like a hug, right? You don't just go storming straight to a kiss.
No, what you do, I think, in Hallmark movies is you just look at each other when it starts to snow, and then that's it.
Good point.
Yeah, then you just kiss. That's it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you don't need to hug. There's no build up.
Forget the rest of the world that doesn't have snow.
Yeah. You just got to have a catchphrase, and you got to look at each other in the snow like, this has been a Christmas to remember. And then the other person has to go, thanks to you. And then that's it.
Yep, that's it. That's all you need. That's it. I do enjoy that Eve totally forgot that every Hallmark movie has heartbreak in it. There's that little bit of a,
oh yeah, I guess they should have
expected
that, right?
She should have, and she totally forgot. And I actually felt very sorry for her that she forgot.
maybe
that
that's
was
part
part
of
of a movie.
that could have been like part of the spell of this world, right? Because maybe like you
Oh.
forget the beats of the movie.
Then is everybody in Holiday Falls people who are trapped because they didn't fulfill their wishes?
Oh shit!
And like the longer you stay, the more stereotypical Hallmark movie you get, and that's why Graham is just all
Like
she does is bake
super
cookies.
hardcore. Yeah, she got a fridge of
Or
cookies. Oh,
oh my god, there's no other food in this fridge. It's just sugar cookies.
oh,
No other kinds of cookies,
this is a
just sugar
Santa prison.
cookies.
It's a Santa prison.
Oh no, and you can get out, but you have to fulfill your wish. Do you
Yeah,
have to do it by Christmas?
but if you're there long enough, you're eventually going to forget what your wish even was because you're going to
Yeah.
become more and more stereotypical.
Yep. And
Oh,
you'll forget who you were and what you did, and you'll just be this funneled down version of a character.
ooh,
Oh my god.
that's dark.
It's very dark.
That's good though.
Oh,
Well,
I would love that. I love the part that they go montage.
oh yes, I can't believe we didn't talk about that. And then they go through a
Cracked up
montage.
so hard.
So
How
my
are we going to
question
get this
is,
done all day?
did they just say that to be cute, or did they actually move at the speed of this montage and these events happened in a blur?
I think they did. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't. It's
Because
not clear.
I think there are some powers here because remember when Eve and Dustin are out by the tree and Eve just goes like, "Oh, the weather," and she goes, "Oh my goodness, I can sing."
Yeah, and she
Like, so
can
you get
magically decorate
powers.
a tree.
Oh yeah, she could decorate it like how I wrote down how like Bugs Bunny would tie someone up in a cartoon.
Yeah.
It was like, and then it's just done.
Yep. With she decorates a tree, and then when you see the decorated tree, it's decorated with things that she didn't even have in the box of
No.
supplies.
So this comes with superpowers. There are
Yes.
certain powers you get being part of this world.
You wake up naturally beautiful with your hair and makeup done.
Yep.
Uh
You find somebody who loves you.
you find somebody who loves you. You have supernatural decorating powers.
Yep.
You can
Sing Christmas
sing
songs.
perfectly, and um fuck. My brain is like so slow today.
I don't know.
I don't know. I had it and it was gone. Ugh, annoying. I want to know if Graham is Mrs. Claus.
I don't think so. I thought that too, but then I was like, there would have Hallmark is not one for subtlety. So
Right, they would have
they would
acknowledged
have
that.
drilled that home. Like she would
Yeah.
have had some line at the end. She's like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my husband to come home, but he's pretty busy on Christmas." And they would have given you something like that.
Yep.
for you to-
Or Santa would have shown up and put his arm around her. Like,
oh, you're right. Yeah, they would have even not. It would have just been like yeah.
yeah. But because she does, when they like fulfill their wishes and they see like the sparkling magic stuff that like sent them there, and they see that happening, so they're like, oh, it worked, we're gonna go home. And Graham waves goodbye at them, and it's like she knows, she must know,
Oh, yeah.
like she must know. And she like straight up, the scary part where she straight up tells Eve, knock it off. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
oh, Graham got hard for a minute.
Yeah.
Like she got a little evil there.
That'd be great if her voice changed pitch too. Just knock it off.
Right, that's where it takes the turn into the horror movie.
Yeah.
And then one dumb joke that they did that I can't believe, like at the end of the movie where Mr. Peterson is saying Merry Christmas Eve, and he goes Merry Christmas Eve. I'm like, Merry Christmas Eve, har har har. What? That's terrible. All right, and that was it.
There was a line that Santa said that I was like, I wrote it down because I was like, what? When Eve and I can't remember who it was, Eve or Lacey said they didn't want to be in this world anymore. Santa says to them, well, do you want to go home or do you want to leave? And I'm like, that's the same question.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what does that mean? In order to go home, you would have to leave.
And in order to, like, I want to leave. Do you mean like go to a different dimension?
Oh, shit. He's like, I got some weird movies I could send you to.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
no. Is that the vague threat of I can put you in a horror movie if you
yeah, oh,
want,
maybe
Lacey?
that's
Shut
it.
up and enjoy it.
That's the threat. He's just threatening them, like, do you want to go home? Or do you want to leave? And they'd be like, no, no, never mind.
Oh, no,
Forget I
no,
said
no, 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 I'm good. I'm good. I'm
anything.
good. I didn't say
Good.
anything.
This is
Bye.
perfect. I love Holiday Falls.
I'll drink the hot cocoa. I'll eat the cookies. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Come here, Paul. Draw me another card.
Damn right you will. And he gives him
Oh
a
my
little like
God.
snapping point. Chilling Santa. All right, shall we score this thing and then we'll try to make our own movie to wrap things up?
Yeah.
All right. So our 1-pointers. Male lead wears a zip-up sweater. There were sweaters aplenty in this movie.
Yeah. I gave it like half a point though, just for zip up. I don't know. I was
Yeah.
giving it so many points that I was like, eh. But yeah, it probably gives full points for that. Yeah.
Character outside in the snow in inadequate clothing. I didn't see that.
No,
They
I didn't
all
see that
seemed pretty
either.
bundled up actually
Yeah.
for a place that did not have real snow. Heart to heart on a porch. If this happened, I missed it. Did this
It
happen?
it kind of did happen. It wasn't a
Okay.
full-on heart to heart, but I counted it because Lacey and Eve are outside their grandma's house and they're right outside. The grandma's house doesn't really have a porch, but it would
Hmm.
be the porch area. And they are having a conversation about everything that's going on. Like, this is crazy. What are we doing? I don't know. How do we do this? And I feel like that's a very important, real conversation to have.
Yeah.
And then they did get interrupted by grandma and they did have to come inside for a holiday treat.
Touche. All right.
So I gave it 3 points for
Yeah.
that. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Scene set in a boardroom. I said yes because at the end with the Mr. Peterson's office.
Yeah, I gave that half a point for that one.
Okay. I actually gave the next one a point because the main character's name was Lacey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not give it a point for that, but that's good. Yeah.
And then I gave the next one Christmas is in the title. I gave it 2 points because it was a Christmas movie, Christmas.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh no, you probably scored this higher than me then.
I don't know. Title of the movie describes the profession of the characters. I didn't give points to.
I gave half points to that. So this is normally the 2-point category. I gave it 1 point
Okay.
because it doesn't describe the profession, but it does describe the whole situation very, very nicely.
Touche.
You know,
Touche.
yeah.
Male or female parents died. Male or female leads parents died. I didn't see any
I
evidence.
didn't catch that. No.
Family businesses at stake. No.
Mm-mm.
Main character's name is linked to Christmas. Now that you were saying Merry Christmas Eve, I'm realizing I should have given that points.
Yeah, I gave it points for that because of Eve. Yeah.
Female lead has to choose between her fiance and a man she literally just met. I gave it the points for this.
Yes, me too.
Unbeknownst to her, and then actually moves into another relationship.
Yep.
Male or female leads major flaws. They don't do Christmas. I did give the points to this because Lacey doesn't do Christmas movies.
Yeah, I gave the points for that too. And then I was like, is it, it's not for lack of trying, because at one point she does like really try to be into Christmas and she's just like, I just can't do that. Like, it's just not me. So I gave it the point.
Yep. And then Christmas is not in the title, obviously not.
Right.
Santa appears in the movie. I gave double points for this because he is not only appearing, but he is a plot device.
So I counted it for every time he did show up.
Holy
I gave
shit.
it points. Yeah, I know. So I counted it both ways, where if I just counted it the one time because he's in the movie, or then every time. So I've got 2 scores to, for that.
All right. Oh, wow. Okay. No, you're definitely going to score it higher than me. Main characters kiss in the snow. I gave that points.
I gave that double points because
Ooh.
both main characters kissed in the snow.
Oh, yeah. You're definitely scoring this higher than me. No sexy food fight.
Surprising.
Yeah.
You had the baker right there. I don't know why they didn't do it.
Yeah. Good point. I gave half points for the snowball fight because they mention that they see it happening, that kids are having a snowball fight, but it's not.
You do see it. It's there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You do see it.
It's a quick shot of it, though, right? It's not.
It
like
is a quick shot. Yeah.
Supernatural element folded in. Yes.
Oh boy, howdy. Yes, there is.
And then Christmas characters sing a Christmas song +1 if they sing it in its entirety. They did indeed sing a song in its entirety when they realized they could sing.
I gave this so many freaking points because they sang, so many people were singing songs in this movie.
Oh, yes.
And a lot of the song, they weren't just singing like one line or two lines or just one verse. They were
Nope.
singing minimum 2 verses of a Christmas song. So
Hey.
I gave it a lot of points.
So what was your total score?
So I have 2. My lower score is 39.
Your lowest score. I scored this way lower than you.
And then my higher score is 54 if we count each appearance of Santa.
Holy shit. I gave it 20. My score was 26.
Oh, man.
26.
Oh, my God.
So I think this has been the biggest difference in scoring.
I think so. And this is the most that I've
it.
actually scored a movie. And this is the first time I think I've scored a movie higher than you.
Yes.
Because I think you're normally
true.
Yeah. I was a little generous with this. I was counting everything. This movie was making me laugh so freaking hard. So 1 out of 5 sugar plums. How do you rate it?
This movie was harmless. I'd give it a 4.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. 4.
Yeah, I'd give it a 4 too. It really made me laugh. It made me like belly laugh. Belly full of jelly.
It had the Hallmark cheese, but there was some stuff that was well placed in there that I thought was good.
Yeah. Would you give it as a gift?
Depends on the person, but yes.
Yeah, I think I would absolutely recommend this to anybody who loves making fun of Hallmark movies.
Yes.
And who secretly loves Hallmark movies anyway. Like, absolutely watch this movie. This is right up our alley.
I agree. It's a good, like, mindless, harmless Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
The other ones are insulting to your intelligence. This one is just fun.
Correct. Yeah, because the other ones usually play on your, like, you have to be emotionally invested in these characters, and when they're sad and upset and everything, you're like going through it with them. With this one, it's like they know they're in this like weird movie plot dimension, so they're just kind of playing around with it, and so you're free to just sit back and laugh at the funniness of it. You're not really emotionally involved, and even when there is heartbreak in it, you just kind of sit there and go, oh, it's part of the movie, honey.
Yes. Yeah it takes the frustration out of it.
Yeah. Now, where is this on Santa's naughty list?
Oh, this is a nice movie for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, or else right. You'll be sent to another dimension. So
or else you will forget slowly over time who you are, and you will just become
a cliche character.
Yep.
Holiday Falls.
Oh, they lead at like returning to Holiday Falls too.
Yeah.
Like weird.
Like Return to Oz. That weird movie. All right. Shall we try to make our own movie?
Yes. So we've got a new game.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to give a character trait. We're going to give a profession and some sort of conflict. And we're going to try to come up with a title to a Hallmark movie.
All right.
All right. So here's our character trait. Are you ready?
Yes.
Jealous. Our job is, well, it says probation officer. I don't think those would exist in Hallmark world.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Let's see. A jealous designer.
Okay. Yep.
And the conflict is, let's see. Geez, a lot of these conflicts are dark.
Can you take a dark one and make it less dark?
Well, one of them said serial killer. So
no. Serial shopper?
An important secret must be delivered. So we've got a jealous designer and an important secret must be delivered. All right, so we got to think of a title for this Hallmark movie. I'm going to write mine down and then we can share them here.
Oh, dear.
Jealous designer has to, an important secret has to be delivered.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. I got one. I got 2. Okay.
Okay.
Got yours?
Yes.
All right. My two were Christmas Confidential,
Okay.
and then the lazier of the two, A Runway Christmas.
That's probably going to be the one that they go with. I like Christmas Confidential though. Mine totally don't have Christmas in them in at all.
Ooh, okay.
The one that came to my head was Secretly Waiting.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which sounds like a good movie. Like, yeah, I'd watch that. It sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
A Green Delivery, like
A
Green with
delivery.
Envy.
Oh, Green with Envy.
Like you're,
Ooh.
you know what I mean? Like,
That's
isn't that
giving
like the
Hallmark
jealousy?
writers,
Yeah, that's a little more thought provoking. I'm too highbrow for this. Or alternatively, A Green Christmas.
A Green Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Green Christmas would probably be. I could see that being something that they would try to have as a title, right?
Yeah, but I don't. If you told them that green symbolized jealousy, they'd probably be like, "We don't see it. We've never green with jealousy. That's a thing." And you'd be like, "Yes." And they'd be like, "Green Christmas. Can it just be about grass?" And you're like, "No, it can't just be about grass.
It'd be about trees. Have we done a movie about trees yet? Yes, we've done several. Well, can we do another one? Okay.
Bob, we got any tree movie ideas? Poor Bob.
Yeah, no, I like the Christmas Confidential. That sounds great, though.
It doesn't include the jealous designer, but I'm assuming if it's a design plan of some kind.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah. What is this plot? What is this secret?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That does sound good. Secret designs for
some sort of dress that it would be like rival dressmakers, maybe.
Ooh, I like that.
Like
I was thinking more
ball.
the see, I think too much like Hollywood and not Hallmark because I'm thinking, oh, it's like the mean developers who are gonna make a shopping mall or something, and she's trying to save like the animal clinic or whatever, you know.
Ooh. Oh, so if it's plans for a shopping mall, you could call it A Blueprint to Christmas.
Oh, you could. Oh, I like that. Well, how do we get the jealousy in that title though?
Yeah.
You really can't. Some of these movies, like some of these titles, they really only want, oddly, they want to have like 2 words or more, but then they get redundant with a Christmas movie, Christmas. And then some movies you're like, why is that the title of this movie? You know?
Yeah, I don't know how you'd loop secret into the title because you don't typically the titles aren't really negative. So how could you type you couldn't bring jealousy into the it would have to be like I don't know. Like they'd have to spin it so that it doesn't seem as negative as jealousy.
Yeah. Like wanting or waiting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Undercover.
Wishing.
Yeah.
Wishing is totally probably what they use instead of jealousy.
Yes.
A Wish by Design.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh my God.
Wish by Design. I think that's got to be the winner. A Wish by Design.
That's a good
and then
one.
just add Christmas at the end.
Yeah, A Wish by Design Christmas.
There you go. Done. Sold.
Oh no. I'm tapping too much into the Hallmark. Wow.
All right. Well, I think that brings this episode of the Hallmark Channel to a close.
Yeah, I think so. Do we want to announce our next venture?
Yeah, we're going to try to be doing these live from now on. So if you like what you heard, then in the future, we're going to be posting some dates and times where we'll be doing these things live. So if you like it, you can subscribe once we have our YouTube up and come and join us on YouTube to watch this thing live. Did I say live enough? It's live.
It'll be live. Super live. I want to give a quick, just like a quick shout out to one of our mutual friends, Amber, who has been just so lovely about posting things on Facebook and tagging us in anything Hallmark related.
Oh, yeah.
We see you, Amber. We appreciate it. It's adorable. And every time I see something that she posted that she tags us in, I'm like, ooh, what's this next Hallmark thing that she tagged us in? Ooh, I can't wait to see it. So I just want to give a shout out to her because she seems to be like our super fan. So Thank you,
Awesome.
Amber.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right. We'll see you guys next time, hopefully.
See you next time. And until then, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye.